Hello, everybody. Welcome again. Thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Gray, a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner and certified bioenergetic practitioner. Today's episode of Bioenergetics Beat is brought to you by NIKKI, Unleash the Wellness Within. It's a non-invasive, highly affordable, and highly effective approach to optimize wellness. It's a wearable device that puts frequency, better based life in your hands and on your wrist. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. Anywho, we've got a really awesome special guest today who's got I love toys, and she's not like toys that we play with, but like healing toys, tools that are absolutely amazing. I can't wait to dive in deeper with Beata Jirava. She is the founder of Biomune Integrated Wellness Center in Canada. And let's everybody give a warm welcome to Beata. Yay! Hey,
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I found that most folks who are in this alternative wellness space are here for a reason, right? There's usually a story that got us going in this direction. I would love for you to dive a little deeper into your backstory and what made you decide to open up a wellness center of this sorts and why you do what you do.
Sure. Well, thank you for a very lovely welcome. I would love to share the journey that kind of got me where I am today. My background, I'm European. I used to be a professional athlete, so I competed a lot. So that kind of drove me to a little bit of more healthier lifestyle, the drive for the life in respect of the discipline. When I moved to Canada, I've obviously, journey starts, you have children and then you have certain businesses. I got my degree in business as entrepreneur leadership, have owners. I'm owner also of engineering company, did few of the startups. But when the pandemic started and the world was saying there is no solution for respiratory, I was just saying, I'm not sure if I'm okay with that answer. And I kind of digged furthermore, and I was aware of many respiratory support wellness, either products or therapies, especially in Europe. We have many in Slovakia, let alone we have over 1,000 natural caves. So when the doctors were sending asthmatic clients or respiratory clients issues, they would send them to mountains, to caves. So I started to look for some of the solutions such salt treatments, so salt caves. So I found few in British Columbia. There's about 3 or 4 of them. I approached them during the pandemic. When the pandemic started in March, by the time it was the fall, we were really hit hard. None of us could go out. We were all kind of in our own homes. You couldn't even go and see your neighbors if you remember those times. And at that time, I wanted to get better and have a stronger lungs. The person that owned at that point that wellness center, she just was shutting down. She was going in full bankruptcy, as many small businesses did. And I said, well, that's not okay. You have to be open. You have to be available for these treatments for people. And her answer was, well, then you have to buy it. So that kind of gave me 2 weeks of making decision. And I said, I don't really have a choice. So at least we'll have it available for me, my family, my friends. So I acquired the wellness center. And it was simply a salt cave therapy. And first 2 months, what I mainly did is I just gave it for free. I gave it to everyone and anyone, because people were telling me, well, you're kind of crazy. You're doing this during pandemic. No one will even show up. But they were wrong. People were coming left and right. They were getting better. And suddenly within a short period of time, I had over 200 clients. And I said, oh my gosh, I've got to start hiring people. And the journey kind of grew from that point. We started to do PEMF therapy in salt caves, and we continue doing the salt treatment, which is the active dry salt therapy for any and all respiratory issues. So we've worked like this in that particular location for about 1.5 years. And later on, I sold that clinic and I built a larger clinic. And that was designed for more of a quantum practicing. And so we can have more therapies and treatments within the same building perimeter. And today we have about 25 therapies and we have about 9 practitioners. And most favorite ones are for mental health support, a lot of pains and aches. We are dealing with a lot of sleep issues. We do anything from DNA testing, live blood, IV drips. We have IV lounge as well. We have a salt cave in there. We do lymphatic drainage. We used to do iridology as well, food reflexology, weight management, nutritionals, and many more. So that's kind of led us to be where we are today. And we, of course, kept doing frequency therapies, which I'm extremely fond of. And that's how we bonded together with your company, is because I'm doing, in our clinic, we are practicing pulse electromagnetic frequency therapies, sound frequency, water frequency, and light frequency.
Incredible. Oh my gosh. Somebody without a medical background stepping up like this to save a center right during the pandemic, that is just so incredible. And then everything that you've been able to do with it ever since then, like my face hurts from smiling so much through listening to your whole story. That's just incredible. You said you were a professional athlete. What kind of an athlete were you? What were you into?
I used to be a swimmer for many years. I was a butterflyer and breaststroker.
Awesome.
And later on, I changed to be in track and field, got more into specific technical sports. I was throwing javelin.
Oh, nice. I can see you with that. That'd be awesome. That's awesome.
But I did a lot of many other sports. Sports is something that I find passion, and it just gets me the stress release, and I find that it just gets you further in life.
I just rejoined a gym again after 4 years away, and I've been doing the group classes, and I can't even get over how awesome I feel when I leave each class. Like, I walk in murderous and I walk out with like a big old grin on my face wanting to hug everybody. So yeah, exercise and movement is absolutely crucial for mental health, and that's the part we're going to talk about more as we get into the second half of this. So stay tuned. We're getting ready to head to a commercial. We're going to talk more about, the different therapies and ways that she uses to help with mental illness. And we're going to cut to a commercial and show you how we deal with mental health issues. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey there. My name is Jer. I'm an art director and a graphic designer. My wife and I have 2 grown sons. Both are starting their young careers apprenticing in their fields of passion. And then there's our favorite son, our 7-year-old puppy, Andre. Andre has been the best addition to our family in the last decade. When the pandemic hit 3 years ago, my career was turned upside down. I started working as a contractor for a few clients and working from home. I haven't looked back since. My schedule with work is hectic and often stressful. I have 2 ways of dealing with my stress and anxiety. Number 1 is my dog Andre, and number 2 is my bioenergetic wearable, NIKKI. When I need help with my work-life balance, I use my NIKKI in stress and anxiety mode. And I have a puppy break. My NIKKI touchscreen watch is pretty easy to use. It's cool that I can dial up individual frequency sets. When Andre is ready to go, I tap energy. I've been a longtime hockey coach and play in goal twice a week myself. I find the pain mode has reduced the inflammation in my legs in particular. The nighttime mode has been great, and when I wake up in the middle of the night with too much on my mind, I tap insomnia. I charge my NIKKI every other day at my desk. I've been wearing this cool tech for almost a year. On the latest update, I see there are some new frequency bundles. There's morning, afternoon, evening, on top of nighttime, and now nighttime light.
Welcome back, everybody. Boy, if you missed the first segment, you missed a lot. This woman is absolutely incredible, and what she was doing for people back during the pandemic, I mean, she deserves some sort of an award or medal of sainthood, something. I feel like I want to knight you. Like, that's just incredible of saying people need this right now, and I'm going to step in and do this. So let's talk a little deeper into some of the ways, some of the different, because you said you have 25 different therapies, 9 different practitioners. Like, I want to see your space as soon as my passport gets here and I get up to Canada. I want to see your space.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're very welcome to stay for a retreat, for like half a day or a day retreat. And the doors is always open.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. We were saying about the mental health support. So just another thing that what happened in during this pandemic time, I would always say that I'm unstoppable. Just because when we found a solution for respiratory, we started to be participating in I'm sitting on multiple councils around the world, Global Wellness Institute Council. And that's where actually that helped me to be, I think as of now, maybe I'm wrong, but it looks, that says it is, I'm only Canadian woman participating on a pilot project for a post-COVID recovery with US and UK. And we've shown and proven the results and the significant improvement in respiratory. We also work World Health Council, COVID Alliance, also for Surrey, which is in British Columbia, on a wellness and technology department, working with PhD doctors, scientists, quantum practitioners, applied biophysicists. So, and we are starting to bring a new treatments to Canada, such as MyCell technology. We're working with 5 labs in Europe and 27 medical PhD scientists over there as well. So there's a lot going on, guys, in the world. And a lot of people will be getting different ways of approaching recovery, optimization, and wellness for longevity.
That's beautiful, and we're getting ready to jump more, deeper into the mental health space. And it's always been a near and dear topic to my heart. My uncle committed suicide when I was 4. I had several suicide attempts when I was younger because of undiagnosed Lyme disease for as long as I had it. I love the fact that you do the live blood analysis there as well, because live blood analysis is what helped me get diagnosed with Lyme disease when all the other testing kind of failed. That was actually something I wanted to put into my practice for many, many years. I used to have a picture of a microscope on my vision board for the longest time. Like, I really wanted to learn how to do live blood. So I just think that's amazing. But there's just not enough people still talking about, alternative practices to help with mental illness. And thank God there was a few really big studies that just came out showing that typical, SRIs and antidepressants, it's not solving the problem, which a lot of us already knew, but now finally the science is catching up. It's not necessarily a neurotransmitter deficiency. A lot of times it's brain inflammation, it's toxins, it's viruses and bacteria, like so many different things contribute, right, to this mental health stuff. So what kind of tools do you folks have in your toolbox, and what kind of results have you seen?
We, first of all, when people do come to us, and we started to work with veterans and first responders. We've also signed a contract with Calgary Police right now. 3,000 police officers are working with us through Chantas Healthco, which is the federally licensed medical cannabis. And now it's going to be also mycelized, which is the full absorption of medical cannabis to your bloodstream and to your system, which is almost unheard of. So the way we do is usually we have them to either do Zoom calls with us or they come in person, depends of the type of a person, how they want to approach us. We would do diagnosis. So we would have a consultation with a quantum practitioner. She also has a mental health support crisis certification. She has a PhD and MD as well. And so she would sit down, she would talk to the given person. We would also often do a live blood analysis if they will allow us. We'll do certain scanning. We have medical devices that we scan for antioxidant testing, just give people certain level of either warnings or there might be some anomalies. And then we'll go as far as bioenergetic scan, which is DNA, almost at the level of DNA testing. We also do DNA testing in our clinic. And the reason we would be doing it is because we want to see the cause. We want to see the health of your metabolic functionality, digestive tract, absorption rate, neurological system, or organs compatibility, what you can absorb, what you can digest, what you cannot. What are your predisposition for perhaps in the future? How can we avoid it? And as far as your childhood trauma, this bioenergetic scan is a fantastic tool telling us what actually is going in the background of your childhood and what
Scanner do you use?
Pardon me?
Which scanner do you use?
Quest 4.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and the Quest 4 has been trained, we've been trained by Dr. Alfonso Monzo from Ohio. He introduced us to this therapy and treatment, and also diagnostic and measurements.
Very cool, very cool. So keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to know what I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to know
yeah,
what
for
cool toys you were playing with.
Yeah, so we will be doing that, and then we'll be given certain nutrients so we can start to feed the gut, because this is your second brain. So if this functions right, this will function right. We also give them pulse electromagnetic frequency, which is the PEMF treatment, which we use, and we actually stabilize and optimize people on more of a cellular level. So when people finish the treatment, they actually fall asleep. Doesn't matter if it's morning, lunch, dinner, they fall asleep inside during the treatment. And we help them with sleep, because many of them, the reason they are struggling is because of sleep issues. So we are helping them to get their sleep back, especially when people have like nurses and doctors and paramedics. The whole ecosystem and the day shifts and night shifts just misbalance them, right? So we work on that, and if somebody needs more of the CBD, THC, we help them with that as well. And then we do lymphatic drainage, we do light therapies for them, and we put them on our medical water for detoxification. The water we get is from Japan, and it's FDA approved, Canadian Health Authority approved. And so we are trying to use all the medical devices and treatments that are available in combination.
I'm like, I want to come work for you. Like, you're just doing all the cool things. So as an FDN, we talk about the Dress for Success model, and it's diet, rest, exercise, stress reduction, and supplementation. And it's great to hear that you're just not focused on like, just the treatment of it, but you're more looking at a holistic view of what's not working and why, and detoxing and getting people to sleep, because that, again, you could have the best diet in the whole wide world, but if you're not sleeping at night, right, you're not going to get that much better. Like, sleep is crucial. And I love the fact that you're just hitting all those beautiful foundational points for optimal wellness, right?
That's right. And a lot of the time is also a pain. Many of them are suffering from major pains, and just they don't know the cause of it. People have lately tinnitus, like they can't buzzing sounds, and they can't, and it's just bothering them whole day long. So you just have to find a way and utilize. The number one is to listen to people. Listen, there's a reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Is just use it. People want to be heard. People want to spend the time. Lately, when we go to a doctor or clinic, they're not even there. Everybody is doing Zoom calls. And people miss that. People miss that one-on-one connection. So do we want to have more treatments? Do we want to have more practitioners? Absolutely. There's so many great devices, such as energy enhancement system or hyperbaric chamber, or many other therapies that, and if we don't have in our clinic, we will forward the support and the services to others. That's just the way we work.
That's incredible. So how long has since 2020 then, huh? You guys have been open?
That is correct.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And since then you've built it up to 25 therapies, 9 different practitioners. That's just, and you said you don't have a medical background. I'm still just blown away at the way that you're talking right now. You feel like a colleague that I just graduated with. Like, it's incredible.
I listen from them. You discuss lots of things, you learn lots of things. And I also opened research and development company recently as well. And I'm writing a book as well.
When do you have time?
You just find a time. I think if you're disciplined enough and leverage during the day, we do still have 24 hours.
Oh my gosh, you're incredible. You're stunning. You've got a beautiful accent. You're ridiculously smart. We've already found out that you've got a heart of gold as you were giving away these treatments to people for free during the pandemic, like total package. So tell us a little bit about the NIKKI. I was told that you absolutely love the NIKKI. So what's some of your favorite, right?
Well, I when I got to know, actually we've been introduced with the CEO for a while. We just never had the opportunity to connect, because when you're busy, sometimes it just takes you, it's just fast ride, and sometimes just cannot go off all the time. And so I've heard about the pulse for the light frequency devices, and I'm using it in a clinic, but not in the form of wearable device. We are having a EMR and MFR protection that you can wear and protect your body from a high frequency exposure. Matter of fact, I've worked with those devices for many, many years, and especially my background is a little bit furthermore. I was working with special devices that are protecting border around Europe, which is a Schengen border. And again, that was based on a frequency devices as well. But when I found out about wearable device and it's actually work, you really caught my attention, because what we can do in our clinic is we can assess client based on what we have within our means, and we'll have that diagnostics. Then we'll have a client wearing your device for any ailments that is available within the treatment. So it can be anything from stress, pains and aches, virus and bacteria. You have many other ones that I actually really like. This is particular one, allergies, which is a big deal in our clinic as well. Asthma, allergies, bronchitis. So that's fantastic. Immunity.
It goes right into your respiratory clinic. I love telling the story. My ex-husband, sneeze. I will slap the NIKKI on him, hit allergies, and every single time he stopped sneezing. It wasn't just like a one-off. And that's the sad part that I found with a lot of some of the frequency-based stuff out there, that it'll work like really well in the beginning, and then it seems to like not have an effect at all, or it's really great diagnostically, but it doesn't really move the needle into where this is not diagnostic in any way, shape, or form. But it's amazing how gently but powerfully it moves the needle. It does the job. Like,
well, it seems to be enhancing your body equilibrium in this respect that it's going to give you what your body needs. It will never give you something what your body doesn't need, and it is not natural. That's what I love about the device. And we don't need to be measured and tracked all the time. That's just my simply private opinion.
Amen.
And I love the fact that he's just adding to it. So that's just when I'm looking at the bottom and back of the device, and it's giving that flickering, that's pulsing frequency, the light frequency. It's exactly the same principle how electromagnetic frequency that we are already using in our clinic is working. I'm a huge believer because we have a great results. We have a wonderful efficacy in the clinic. We have over 300 to 400 reviews, which are 5-star reviews, and people were saying, literally people would open wounds, the whole arm, open wound, it would heal within a week. We would have people when they had broken bones very quickly, they were able to sleep within the month. The diabetes, like that's why I believe this is going to just enhance the practice that we do, is because now people can, when they travel and they have no access to a clinic, they can take it with them.
Right. Love it.
So it's, and we can compare the data. We can do before and after, and we'll show it to a client, because every client likes to see, okay, this is how I was before, this is how I'm today. Oh yeah, I got better. Because the moment people feel better, they don't even realize that actually they got better because of something they've done, because they suddenly feel, I'm good.
That's what's great about intake forms. I've had so many clients that are like, I've worked with you for 6 months now and I'm still the same. And then I show them their intake forms that they filled out 3 different times over that 6 months and go, look at how much you improved on this thing. Don't tell me you've had no improvements in the past 6 months. You just don't remember because you feel so much better now, right? We forget how crappy we felt in the beginning because you don't want to remember that, right?
Yeah. And also, look, even the brain fog, we are dealing with a lot of the brain fog. The moment you start knowing that your body is adjusting to the right frequency, it's 4 signs in our clinic that we know, and that's what we measure it, and we compare it all the time, is how we compare always performance and energy. When the energy starts improving, the pains and aches are going down, your cognitiveness and the brain fog is, cognitive is up, brain fog is down, and suddenly, and we measure that, all of it. So when you show it to a client, say, look where you were, exactly in the same premises that you were here, look where you are today. It's like, oh, yeah, because I can remember more. I can comprehend more. My EQ and IQ got better. So it's thanks to devices like NIKKI, and it's thanks to devices like we have the frequency devices, because it's one of the top, when you look at the world, and we talked about frequencies, What are the four strongest forces on a planet Earth? We have gravity, we have frequency, right? We have nuclear force, and then we have the low force.
What's the low force?
It's actually called the weak force. That's the correct way of saying it. The weak force.
Gotcha. I've not heard that. I'm gonna have to look more into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 110%. I love when I got to travel this, about a month ago to Florida, and I crossed a couple time zones, right? Being able to use that travel feature and mitigate EMS and radiation, but also to kind of help my body, regulate to the new time zone, and was able to enjoy more of my vacation because I wasn't jet lagged or having issues, It's so many different ways that I found to use this thing that, I'm just in love. Obviously, and I'm now a podcast host for them. Like, I had my own company. I was my own practitioner. I had my own podcast, and I had Stephen on my podcast. And at the end, I was like, I don't know if you got a spot for me, but I need to work for you. Like, I love what you're doing with this world, and I have to be a part of it. And he's like, I feel the same way about you. And here we are. So what part of Canada are you in? Are you guys close?
We are in British Columbia, in Surrey, located. We are close to White Rock, Langley, about 40 minutes away from Vancouver Center. So access to us is not that difficult. And we work with a lot of practitioners all over. So we work also with ER, we work with Children's Hospital. We started to be working with paramedics right now. So just you've got to push the force of voice. That's what it is. And the moment when people will start getting better, that's just people will start changing, right? And we are not saying and disregarding the pharmaceutical industry, not disregarding. That's why quantum is very important, because we are putting the Eastern and Western medicine together, and it should be validated, because it's a soul healing, it's energy healing, it's a body, it's physical, but also mental, and it's being often forgotten.
Absolutely. And so many functional practitioners want to talk about the root cause, but they don't realize that the root cause is really the bioenergetic field. When things are out in the bioenergetic field, it's going to change how your body takes and utilizes supplements, utilizes, food, so many different things, that if your bioenergetic field is off, that the physical part is not going to work as well. So really, this is the root cause, right, of a lot of things, is addressing that bioenergetic field.
Absolutely. I fully agree.
Here at NIKKI, we really love our customers, and to show our appreciation, we're giving away a device every single podcast episode. So make sure you go check out the show notes on how to enter. Stay tuned. Oh my gosh. So do you have any lasting things that you want to drop some more knowledge on us? Like, I still can't believe all the amazing things that you're up to. It's so much fun.
Well, I would just say to people is, and don't forget that there are a lot of modalities in the world. Be open to them, and do your own judgment, not necessarily always go for what you think and grandma told us, neighbor told you. Be brave, look into the other options and figure it out sometimes on your own, because it's not just, people are not telling you this, and our clinic is not saying it because we think so. The reason we have 25 therapies today, and we actually significantly grow since pandemic, when a lot of the corporations were shut down or were not even open, we haven't closed a day since pandemic started. So because it works, people are telling us and coming and saying, thank you for helping me. I no longer have this, I no longer have that. So if we can enhance it with something which is wearable, affordable, and people can take it, because people love to travel. So come to a Biomune Integrated Wellness. We can do some diagnostics, we can do some testing. We can give you leverage of the knowledge that we have within our team. And if there's anything that we can help you with, we just want you to know we are listening, we are there for you.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for your time today. Everybody else, if you loved this podcast, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, right? That's how this alternative information gets out there. That's how we, give hope to others, is by sharing this type of platform. Also, make sure, if you want to look more into the NIKKI, go to wearenikki.com/podcast and put in BioBeats. That's BIOBEATS, BioBeats, for 10% off your NIKKI and get started on your journey today. Thank you again, and make sure to have a healthy day.
Thank you.
There's a new word for wellness, NIKKI. NIKKI, the bioenergetic wearable designed to help you feel better and perform better. Other wearables just track how you're doing. NIKKI is about helping you do better. NIKKI takes bioenergetic frequency science to a new level and onto your wrist. NIKKI technology carries frequencies into the body to organize and optimize the cellular network, the trillions of cells that communicate by light and frequencies to keep us alive and feeling our best. Physical and mental trauma can upset cellular communication, and NIKKI is designed to help restore it. Touch the NIKKI screen to choose the frequency you want for what you want to do and how you want to feel. Low energy? Touch energy for a boost. Stressed out? Stress and anxiety is to calm you down. Aches and pains? Choose NIKKI Pain. NIKKI has frequency sets intended to fight allergies, strengthen immunity, and keep viruses and bacteria at bay. If you're going on a trip and want to arrive fresh and ready to enjoy your vacation, touch travel. And if you want to wake up ready to go, NIKKI Nighttime is for overcoming daytime trauma while you sleep. Every NIKKI comes loaded with a full inventory of frequency sets, including pain, energy, travel, immune, stress and anxiety, viruses and bacteria, allergies, insomnia, daytime bundles, nighttime bundles. NIKKI puts a personal wellness center in your hands and on your wrist. Be better. Do better. We are NIKKI.com.